Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be diving into my very late March reading wrap up. I have to say this is going to be a bit chaotic. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my cover page. All I knew was that I wanted green for the month of March. I went through my scrapbook supplies. I found this beautiful theme for Elven Princess that had green and golds, and I loved it, so I went with that. But exactly how I wanted to set up the cover page, I had no idea. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth between my settings, my calendar settings with the books that I read, plus the cover page, a lot of painting. Also, I have to let you know, I did lose some of my footage, so there's going to be a jump and you will see. But anyways, I hope you still enjoy the video. I'm only going to do the voiceover when it comes to the book reviews. I'm not gonna go into deep into the reviews. I will be posting some blog posts if you want to check that out to see what I think about the books. But anyways, I'll leave you now, and I hope you do enjoy it, and talk to you in a little bit. And now I'm setting up my calendar, also my TBR, and my stats. I had a really good month. I read a total of 7 books, which is a total of 2,807 pages. The format, I read 6 books, and there was one audiobook, and that was a total of 10.17 hours. My average rating was 4.36. My average day to finish was 7 days, and I think that has to do with them in white because I was taking my time. And my rating goes as follows: I had one 3.5 stars, I had 3 4-star reads, and 3 5-star reads. And let me tell you, I really loved my 5-star reads, but I'll talk about it a little bit more later on in the video. And now we're gonna jump into the cover page. This is the part that I lost some of the footage. Really upset because I learned a new technique and I wanted to show you guys, and I lost it. But at the end, it turns out really pretty, I think. You're gonna like it. I hope you do. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. I will probably do it again in the future just to show you guys the technique that I use because I was so happy how it turned out everything. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do or the placement or exactly what I wanted to do with the cover page, but in the end, I'm happy with how everything turned out. So you just gotta trust the process. Okay, so now we're gonna jump into the books that I read. First up is Demon in White by Christopher Rocchio. The third book in the Sonnier series continues Hadrian Marlowe's journey through a galaxy of moral dilemmas, epic battles, and heart-pounding action. The way Rocchio combines philosophy with intense world building is unbelievable. If you love high-stakes sci-fi with complex characters, this one will definitely keep you hooked. And let me tell you, this is the book, and I'm gonna say this here, and I'm not gonna say it again. This is the book where I fall in love with Balka. I liked her in other books, but in this book, she stole my heart. She was brilliant. She shines in this book. I have read 4 books in this series so far. I love them all, but Demon in White, definitely my top favorite book in the series. I love Balka. You know why? Because she's kind of hard. To me, she's like hard. Like emotionally, she's hard. But in this book, she really shines, and I loved her. So many good things happen. Um, that doesn't mean that Kingdoms of Death that I read in April wasn't good, but this so far is my favorite books. If you haven't picked up the series yet, do yourself a favor and do. These books, they're really fast to read. They really good. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to spoil anything. But if you haven't picked this up, do yourself a favor and just pick them up. You won't regret it. If you're like me, kind of intimidated by the books, don't. That was me before that kept me from picking up the books. Now that I did, I'm so happy because I have loved every single book. I don't think I have given less than 5 stars to any of these books, and I have read 4 so far. The story just keeps getting better and better and better and better, and kind of sad as well. And I'm talking about Kingdoms of Death, but more on that when I do my April wrap up. So yeah, I love these books. I love this series so much. And now I'm going to move on to the next book. Before we do, I want to say I'm doing things a little bit different. I don't know if you noticed, but I will be leaving the reviews on the page for the final flip through just to save some time. And I just wanted to do something different anyway. So I hope you still enjoy it. So let's move on. And the next book is See You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne. This is the third book in the Thompson T. Really enjoying this book so much. If you've been following along with the Thompson T series, you know how charming and quirky this one is. The mystery and the romance mix perfectly, and it's just the kind of book that makes you feel cozy no matter where you are. So if you're in the mood for a delightful feel-good read, this is the book for you. Also, I have to say, I really enjoyed this one much more than I did book 2. I really enjoyed book 1 when it first came out, Then I read the second one. It's not like I was disappointed, it's just that it didn't have the things that made the first book really great. But this one definitely is back on that track. So we have, I believe, we have one more book to come out in the series, and then the series will be done. But this one was really good, and the ending, oh my god, it was a great ending. So if you like cozy stories, then definitely pick this one up. Now, time for a thrilling sci-fi ride. A Cold Storage by Michael C. Grumley. This one is a roller coaster of suspense. The second book in the revival series takes everything up a notch with high-stakes scenarios and edge-of-your-seat tension. If you enjoy fast-paced thrillers with a mix of science fiction and conspiracy, Cold Storage delivers. It's a book that keeps you engaged, questioning, and eager to see where the story will go next. While it may not be as cinematic or groundbreaking as the first book, it still packs a punch with its tension filled narrative and ethical dilemmas. For those new to the Revival series, I highly recommend reading the first book, They Freeze, as Cold Storage builds heavily on its foundation. And I want to know more about this series. Seriously, if you like sci fi thrillers, this is the book for you. Now, let's switch to some enchanting fantasy. The Magician's Daughter is a beautifully written historical fantasy that blends adventure, mystery, and heartfelt emotion. With its rich world building, endearing characters, and a story that feels both timeless and fresh, it offers a captivating journey of self discovery and bravery. Vidi's growth from a sheltered girl yearning for freedom to a determined young woman facing the unknown is both inspiring and deeply relatable. This novel is perfect for readers who enjoy atmospheric storytelling, fairy tale like narratives, and stories about found family. Whether you're drawn to magical adventures, historical settings, or character driven tales of resilience, The Magician's Daughter is a book that lingers in your heart long after you turn the final page. I have to say, this is my third book by H.G. Perry, and I have loved every single one of them. I have to say, the last, The Scholar and the Last Fairy Door is my top favorite so far. I still have to read more of her books, and I'll definitely will. But I absolutely love her books, and this one was no different. This is, like I said, so atmospheric. The characters are just so great. So we follow Viri. She's a young girl. She was adopted. She was found and adopted by this magician named Rowan and his familiar, which is, I don't want to say too much, I don't want to spoil it, but if you love magical telling, this is the book for you. This is so atmospheric and so lovely. I just love H.G. Perry. I have become such a fan of hers that I want to read everything that she has published so far. So I need to create a backlist so that I can keep track of all the books that I have read. But so far, this is the third book that I read from her, and looking forward to many more. Next up, a retelling of a classic, The Chosen and the Beautiful by Neville. If you love The Great Gatsby, this magical retelling will absolutely blow you away. Told from the perspective of Jordan Baker, it's full of lush prose and magical realism. A perfect mix of opulence and vision and a whole lot of intrigue. Honestly, I could not put this one down. The story really elevates the characters and the themes of The Great Gatsby to new heights, allowing readers to see the story in a completely different light. Vo's unique voice and the addition of fantastical elements made this retelling stand out as a powerful and memorable work. I really love Nevo's work. So far, this is my second book at the time. when I was reading this, it was the second book. I apologize for the noise. My dog is playing with his toy. Anyways, like I was saying, Devo's writing is just perfect. This is actually my second book. I have read so far. I've read three books by her, and I really loved all of them. The first book that I read was, what was it called? I forgot the name, but I'll put it on the screen. I really adore that book. Her writing is so magical, so beautiful. It's just, and this retelling was no different. I really loved it. And actually, the last book that I read in May was the follow up to this book, Don't Sleep with the Dead. But I'll have more once I do my May wrap up. So if you like retellings, you can pick this one up. Ready for some magical realism? Then there's A Million Junes by Emily Henry. This book was a magical journey of romance and personal growth. I couldn't get enough of the unique blend of magical realism and heartfelt storytelling. If you're into books that are equally whimsical and emotional, this one is for you. A Million Junes is a book about so much more than forbidden love. It's about the love we have for the people who shaped us, the ghosts of the past that still linger, and the power of acceptance and forgiveness. I never expected this book to resonate with me the way it did, but I am so grateful it did. I'm absolutely recommending this book to anyone who enjoys a deeply emotional, beautifully crafted story with rich characters and a touch of magic. It's easily one of my favorite reads this year, and I can't wait to see what Emily Henry writes next. now time for some cheese. And finally, When the Moon Hits Your Eye by John Scalzi. Okay, this one is definitely one of the most absurd, and I loved it. Imagine waking up to find that the moon is made of cheese. This story is full of humor, absurdity, and surprisingly emotional moments. Scalzi takes this wacky premise and makes it an unforgettable read that'll have you laughing and maybe even tearing up. Yes, you heard that right. The moon turned to cheese. This is the part where I lose all of my footage. So whatever you get here is what you get. So I do apologize. I know I need to do better. But if you like the starter billing, then you will really enjoy this one. I read that one about a year or two ago. I think it was like one of my favorites for 2023. And when I heard this one was coming out, When the Moon Hits Your Eye, I had to get my hands on it. So thank you, Tor, for sending me an arc, and I really enjoyed it. It's crazy, and but it was a good short story. It's just short novella, and I really enjoyed it. And that's a wrap for my March reading journal. Let me know what you think of my Elven Princess theme. If you're into cozy reading vibes and magical things, be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for my reading updates throughout the month. I'll have more videos. And now this is the final flip through. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, hit like, and leave me a comment.